Good morning, it's Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards, and this is the card we're making today. I'm using some of the products from Paper Pumpkin for June, and the colors in this are, let's see, Bumblebee, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, and Polished Pink. So what I did was I took a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock and cut a card base that's 8.5 or 11 by 5 or 4.25. Not doing very well this morning, and I scored it at 5.5. And then I took my card front or base, because it comes with, this is the front of the card, and I cut it in half, and the front of the card is this pattern and the back of the card is the Fresh Freesia. Okay, so then I cut my Fresh Freesia piece to 4 by 4, and this piece is 4 by 1 1/8, because we're going to do this. And then I took the card front, and it is 1 inch by 3 7/8, and we're just going to adhere that to this. And then this piece is 3 7/8 inch square, and I'm going to glue that right there. Then I took the gold foil and I put the adhesive sheet, the gold foil on the adhesive sheet, and then I cut this out with the die that is Artistic Dies. It's part of this bundle here. Okay, and I die cut that so it's self-sticky. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this to this piece right here. And the reason I used adhesive sheet is because I don't want to glue this. And this die matches the vellum piece that comes in the card kit, but I didn't want these together. It matches exactly, because then it kind of disappears, and I just didn't like the way it looked, so I opted not to use that. And we're just going to adhere this to the center of this piece right here, just like so. Okay, and then we're going to glue these together. This card was, I always say this card was really simple. I wanted to give you an update on my great-granddaughter. She's home with their parents and doing better. They plan on moving back to Oregon next month, and then she'll be, she's already set up with some doctors at Dornbecker's in Portland, Oregon, because she's still on oxygen and she still does have issues. So, but she's starting to gain weight and doing much better. Okay, then we're going to glue this to this piece, just like so. Okay, now take this. I already stamped the inside with You're Amazing, and I used Bumblebee. And the stamp set I used for that, it came in the Paper Pumpkin here. I did the You're Amazing. And then we're going to use this one and these and maybe this one. We'll see. And the other stamp for the Happy Birthday I got from the Artistically Inked. I used this Happy Birthday. And I used one of the labels from the paper pumpkin, and I just turned it over because I didn't want the green lines. I wanted to put the flags on it. So let's go ahead and put our dimensionals on the back of this. I really wanted to make all the cards like they were in the kit, but decided that I needed to get adventurous and do something different. So after I finish this card, I'm going to show you something else you can do with this same idea using the paper. It's called Expressions in Ink. This paper here, and I use this particular paper to make another card. So I'll show you that one after we finish putting this one together. It's supposed to be 100, I think, and 5 degrees here on the coast in Oregon on Sunday. And we don't have air conditioning, so I told my husband we just have to go out and sleep in our camper, because my camper has air conditioning. If it gets too hot in here, we'll just go out there and turn the air on and sleep cool out there. Okay, put that on the front. Then I meant to have a piece of, or have a ribbon already tied, but I'll show you how I tie them. I take, oh, here it is. I have this bottle that I got from, I don't know, Bed Bath & Beyond, or Bath & Body Works or something anyway. Works really well for tying a bow like this. So I just tie it on here. Hopefully I can do it on camera. Sometimes my fingers don't work because I got arthritis. And sometimes they don't cooperate, but we'll see what we can do here. The older I get, the more my hands begin to look like my mother's hands. All her fingers were bent and crooked, and so were my grandmother's, so I'm doomed. I have bent fingers. But they still work for now. So I usually tie a bow on the bottle, and then I work with it till it looks the way I want it to look. A little bit here. Of course, I don't like it twisted, but I always think it has to be perfect, and it does not. So, looks pretty good there. This is the gold ribbon that's in the annual catalog. The paper pumpkin comes with green twine. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, oh, here it is. This was what comes in the paper pumpkin. But I think this gold ribbon looked good with this gold. So then after I make the bow, I want this centered, so I just cut this right here. Add a glue dot to the back. These are glue dots that come in the paper pumpkin. And take my piece, and I want it centered, so see if we can get it centered on there. And I just put it as best in the center as I can. And I take tape my little tabs. I think this is easier than to try and tie it around this piece, because even though this is fairly thick cardstock, it tends to bend a little, and I didn't want it to bend. Okay, and then I took my dimensionals, added them to the back. I made some other cards, but I already sent them to a couple of ladies, sisters that are in the hospital. They both have COVID, so I sent them get well cards, and I used some of the products out of this paper pumpkin kit. So it was fairly quick and easy to make them. So, okay. So once you get that, then you center this under here. Just like so. Okay. And then you take your happy birthday, and I put dimensionals on the back of it. You can make this whatever you want. You can say congratulations, thanks, sending hugs. It's just whatever you want your card to say. This is just, I was just doing some birthday cards, so happy birthday. And then I took these gold, I don't know what you call them, pearls. They're gold-like pearls. It comes with these, but they disappear on there, so I wanted the pearls, and these are in the annual catalog still. So I just like the way they looked with the gold flower on there. So. Okay. Then for the inside, I stamped this with Bumblebee. This is Bumblebee, and then I took from the paper pumpkin some of these images and stamped the inside. And you can do whatever you want on the inside. This is just what I did with mine. Put something behind there, because I like this flower. Stamp that in that corner. And then I took this little flower. Again, this is part of the paper pumpkin. And I stamped it in the center. I did this. I don't know what you think. What do you think? Think you like that, or do you like it with just this? See? That looks pretty. But we can put that little one on there. Let's do that. I don't know if I like it up here around that. I was just playing around. Let's put this one on each end here. Yeah. It's like so. And that's that card. That's that alternative. You'll have to let me know what you think. Now let me show you this other one that I made using the Designer Series paper. It's the same style. It's just different paper, and this is Magenta Madness. This cardstock, because that's the color in the paper, and then you can see the little gold flecks in that paper. And then I just put the same sort of thing on the inside, only I put this flower in the corner here. And then I made this card. It's a little more complicated, and with this one I stamped directly on the cardstock, and then I took my gold, and you could, I never thought about that, you could take that wherever it went. Oh, here it is. You could take this maybe and lay it on there. That might look pretty. I like that. And then put your gold on it. I mean, the possibilities are endless. What you can do with this. But that's my alternative, and some different options that you can do with this idea. Once you run out of this stuff, you can use your paper, because there's this side of it, or you can use that side of it. I don't know that that would look good with the gold, but there's also, I'll show you what this paper is absolutely gorgeous. I tried to order some more and they were on back order. But there's this one, and then that's the back of that, and then they're green, and that's the back of that one, and then this is the one I used, and then there's this green one, and there's lots of green on the back of that, and there's this one, and some green on that, and then there's this one, and then kind of the, I don't know, pale papaya or whatever that is on the back. So there's, you can use this same pattern and make, well, I just dropped all my paper on the floor. Anyway, you can use this pattern and make all kinds of different things with it. And then I was playing around and stamping this image right here on paper, and after I stamped it, I started cutting out these things to use on a card, and I used pale papaya, polished pink, and soft succulent, and the I used the Forever Greenery dyes. I don't know where oh, here they are. These dyes right here. And I just stamped. Let me get these out of the way so you can see. I just randomly stamped until I filled up the page. And then I die cut different ones of these out, and this is called Forever Flourishing Dies. And then you can use them on a card, like when you run out of these things that are on this card, you could make them yourself, because they, they look like this, but you can make your own and put it together yourself. I just used a lighter green on that, and that's to make, well, I don't have a sample of that card, but I made this card also. You think, I guess the thanks shows up pretty well. You could color it if you want, but this is this card right here. This card uses these. I don't have a sample of that one, but it's just this one right here. So anyway, that's my alternative for today. I hope you like it. Remember, next month, if you want to do a pre-order and sign up as a demonstrator, you can pre-order the mini catalog products. Next month, as a demonstrator, we can pre-order. So anyway, these are our cards for today. The sizes are pretty much the same, except on this one I used a full sheet of fresh freesia, and then this is probably 4x4. Anyway, I hope you like these cards, and you have a blessed day and have fun stamping. And thank you so much for watching. If you push the down arrow, you can go to my online store. The mini catalog that ends June 30th will be ending June 30th. So if there's things in there that you want, now's the time to order. Thank you again for watching, and you have a blessed day. Stay cool.